Well, good morning, my dear students. As we have finished the other three chapters, we will start with a new chapter from democratic politics, that is power sharing. It's a very interesting chapter and very informative too. Now, what are we going to study in this chapter? This chapter emphasizes on importance of power sharing, that is sharing of power while making decisions or making policies between different authorities. Various types of power sharing between state governments and central governments, power sharing between the judiciary, legislature, and executive. Power sharing is also observed between different linguistic groups. And in this chapter, power sharing and its importance are explained with the real examples from Sri Lanka and Belgium. Now, what happened in the country Sri Lanka and Belgium will teach us why there is power sharing or how it was done in India also, right? Without any delay, shall we go right there? Let's warm up. Now, observe the picture and guess, discuss with your partner about the message it gives. Now, this is the picture. You can take a look at it for 10 seconds, right? If you know about this, if you get the message, you can type it in the comment box right now. If you don't know, I'll go to the next one. The picture represents diversity and its acceptance as well as accommodation by others. It also symbolizes the idea of unity, integrity, collaboration, and team spirit. It discusses the significance of all these ideas in daily life as well as in the political system of the country and to relate them to the system or the concept of power sharing. Look at this diversity leading to an accommodation of social diversity, thus leading to power sharing. Now we will have a Q&A, question and answer. How many states does India have? Yeah, you probably have an answer. How are people of these states different from each other? A lot of differences because unity in diversity. India is a diverse country. What is diversity? Differences. Do these diverse communities have any share in enjoying political power? Do they have in India? Obviously, the answer would be yes. Right? Why? How? Why we should have is what the chapter is all about. Now we'll begin with an example of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, already know about Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is a neighbor down south. Now look at the case of Sri Lanka. This is the linguistic structure of Sri Lanka based on language. Now, the people who live in Sri Lanka based on the language, who are they? Majority Sinhala speaking. People who are in Sri Lanka speak Sinhala language. Buddhists are there, Christians, Hindus, Muslims, minorities, the Tamil speaking. There is a Tamil speaking minority here. The majority is the Sinhala speaking. In Sinhala speaking, there are two. One is the Buddhist majority, and second one is Christians. Okay, leave this side. Come to the minority side. There are Indian Tamils and Sri Lankan Tamils. Now, Indian Tamils, Sri Lankan Tamils, there are Christians, Hindus, and Muslims. Now, if you take the composition, you will see the number. Tamils are 18%, Sinhalese are 74%, both Sinhalese and Tamils are in Christian 7%, Muslims 1%. This number is required for MCQ. Normally, for an MCQ, they will ask about this number. The major takeaway from this one is that the Sinhalese are the majority and the Tamilians are the minority, right? Now, what is the position of Sri Lankan Tamils? They launched political parties and struggled for recognition of Tamil as an official language. Tamil is not the official language of Sri Lanka. It is Sinhala. Sinhala is the official language of Sri Lanka, not Tamil, demanded autonomy, equal opportunity in education and jobs for the Tamilians, remember, Sri Lankan Tamils. But it was not given because of the rule of majority did not give any demands to the minority. Political organization was formed demanding an independent Tamil Elam in North and East Sri Lanka. This is also called as LTTE. Yeah, Liberation of Tamil Tiger Elam. Now, reasons for the Sri Lankan Tamils alienation. Why were they felt or why did they feel that they left out? Because of the dominance of Sinhalese community. They are the majority there. What did they do? Now, this is asked for 3 marks. That is, what is 1956 Act? The 1956 Act brought out from the Sri Lankan government made Sinhala as the only official language. Remember the demand of the Tamils? Wanted Tamil. Preferential policies favoring Sinhalese in the university positions and jobs. So, jobs and the university positions preferred Sinhalese. The demand of the Tamilians were to include them also. Safe to the state to protect and foster Buddhism. Buddhism became the state religion, whereas there are Muslims, Christians, right, Hindus, they were ignored. Now these three, obviously, if you these 3 points, if you ignore the demands of the minority, it will obviously lead to conflict. That is why they formed their political organization called LTTE. Now, LTT is not a common political organization, it is a military unit too, a terrorist like unit. So, there was a fight between the LTT and the Sri Lankan government. It went on for so many, nearly a decade. Both sides started distrusting each other, which led to social, cultural, and economic setbacks. You can see here the Tamil Elam Tigers, small children, girls, ladies went on to take up arms against the fight. You can see here Tamil Elam liberation, right? Now this person, as you see here, is called Velu Pillai Prabhakaran. He is the chief of the LTTE. They nearly killed so many. Now look at this, right? Friday, May 29, 2009, 20,000 civilians were killed in Sri Lanka's final assault on Tamil Tigers. Now the LTT is no more, but look at the massacre, right? So many. Now, before going to the next part, I would like to say something about our own Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Rajiv Gandhi sent an army to Sri Lanka to help, right? He helped the Sri Lankan government to suppress the LTTE. In turn, the LTTE were very angry on Rajiv Gandhi supported the Sri Lankan government. So they managed to kill him. It was a suicide, right? I think there was a girl who went in Perambudur. They met him in an attempt to kill him. They also got blasted. A suicide bombing took place, killing former Prime Minister Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. Now we will go the next one. The next country to be seen is Belgium. Now, what is the example of Sri Lanka? The power sharing was not done, leading to civil war, leading to bloodshed. Now, power sharing in Belgium. We'll see the Belgium model. Same, the communities and the regions of Belgium. The Belgium capital is called Brussels, right? Where the Dutch are minority. Remember? Wallonia is a region where the French are 40%. They are rich and powerful. Flemish, right, where the Dutch 59%, right, there are French people too. German 1%. Now look at the composition. There are people who speak French, there are people who speak Dutch, people who speak German, right? In one part we'll see the Dutch are more dominant, In one part, you will see the French are more dominant. In one part, in the Brussels, you will see the Dutch are a minority, right? Different composition. But what did they do? Power sharing in Belgium, it's very important. They accommodated the majority and the minority. Equal number of ministers from Dutch and French speaking areas in the central government. The first government they did, they represented both Dutch and French. No single community can make decisions unilaterally. Transfer of power from center to the state, and state government will not be a subordinate to the center. So independent central government, independent state government. Separate government in Brussels with equal representation from the French and the Dutch. Remember, Dutch were minority in Brussels, but they were not ignored. There was a different government. Last one. Now, formation of community government. This is a unique feature of Belgium. Community government elected by the people belonging to one language community, namely Dutch, French, German, which has the power regarding culture, language, and education related issues. So they did not ignore any minority, even if it is 1% German or 40% French or 59% Dutch. They were not ignored, thus leading to no conflict at all. We do not see any conflict here. Now, how the power was shared, to show there is a picture. Look at this picture. Yes, this is a bilingual signboard in Brussels. First line in French, second line in Dutch, so that none of them shall be unhappy. Now, if you put it in Hindi, some people in South India will say why it is put in Hindi, right? If you put it in English, they will say, are we not a Hindi speaking nation? Leading to some kind of conflicts. Yeah, not civil war, by the way, conflicts. Now then, why there is a need of power sharing? Why is power sharing desirable in democracy? There are two reasons. One is a prudential reason, that is in the future. One is moral reason. That is how it's supposed to be. Now, what is a prudential reason? Reduces conflicts between social groups. If you share the power, it reduces the conflicts. Second one, stability of the political order. Your political order will remain as it is. Better outcome. Yes, look at the case of Belgium. Better outcome. Look at the case of Sri Lanka, leading in the civil war. Moral reason. It is the spirit of democracy. That is how democracy works. You have to share the power. People have the right to be consulted for governing practices, isn't it? You have studied in what is democracy and why democracy. The policies are made for the people, so the people must be consulted. Power sharing is valuable. When you do this, obviously you will have no conflicts. So thus these two reasons are important too. They are important for 1 mark and 3 mark. Why political power should be distributed in democracy? Why? Because people are the source of all the power. It's by the people, for the people, of the people. People rule themselves through institutions of self-governance. Due respect is given to diverse groups and views. Everyone has a saying in shaping public policies. It is just like people's power, and all of them count. Now, when it is, isn't it that what democracy means? Democratia. People's power, and you just cannot ignore anybody, even if it is from a majority or from a minority. Now, majoritarianism policy. Now, this I already explained. This slide has come again. So, this was explained. So, I'll not go to. Now, look at the similarity and differences between Belgium and Sri Lanka. Similarity, both are democracies. Differences, power sharing is different. What is unique about Belgium? Leaders realized that the unity of the nation is possible only by respecting the feelings and interest of different communities and groups. Whereas in Sri Lanka, Sinhalese refused to share power with the Tamils. Who lost? Sri Lanka, obviously, right? Sri Lanka went on to have a civil war for a decade. Whereas Belgium, peacefully, the power was shared. Comparing both cases, majoritarian policy in Sri Lanka led to conflict, while accommodation policy led to peace. Understandable. Majoritarian policy in Sri Lanka led to demand of separate state for a particular linguistic group, while accommodation policy made all the linguistic community to live together in a same country. So thus there is no case of demand for another country. Political instability in Sri Lanka, but despite complex constitution, no political instability. Development was hindered in Sri Lanka, where Belgium became one of the important places in Europe and get the headquarter of European Union, that is in Brussels. Now, by these two examples, it can be concluded that power sharing is a sustainable model for governance, stability, peace, and development. Now, this I explained already. This also I have explained. Now, the latter part of this one, the next part of this chapter is the types of power sharing. This is a sure short 5 mark question. It's a sure short 5 mark question. It's a very easy one. I will discuss this in the next class. For this class, it's just only why the power sharing is desirable, how the power sharing was done in Sri Lanka, how the power sharing was done in Belgium is the things to know. So I'll stop it here in the previous slide. So till the next slide, guys, you have to remember these things. And till the next slide, I would say goodbye and take care.